here we are in the future, and everything worked out.
Everything's fine. Nothing major is happening right now. Everything's great.
We're doing perfect.
So welcome to our super high-tech, high-quality professional show.
Oh, hello. How are you?
So good. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to be chatting with you, dolls.
Oh my God, it's so nice to see you. I was going to say in person, but as close to in person as we can get.
As we can be.
For once.
I love the setup. I love the setup so much. Is that like a pre-made garland, or did you tape some plastic lemons to some string?
Oh, you know what? They're from Michael's.
Yeah!
Yeah, I went
use a coupon.
They were very overpriced, but I just said, you know what? For the brand, and I bought all of the ones that they had in the store.
Oh my God.
She said, hi, I'll take your entire supply.
I literally did. They were like, oh, do you like lemons? I was like, kinda, yeah.
It's a long story, but they're good.
Do you like lemons? If somebody brought a pack of lemons up, I'm not going to say, do you like lemons?
I mean.
Oh God.
Before I approve this transaction, I need you to tell me why you're buying so much fruit.
She's like, I'm going to tape them to some strings and put them up behind me while I do my fancy interviews,
No
guys.
problem.
Don't leave me alone. Courtney, do you want to start with your favorite question?
This is my favorite question. Did you have backup entrance lines that you didn't use, or did you just think of the one and go with it?
It was just the one, and yeah, I just went for it. Originally, I was going to spit a lemon out and then say the line, and then I thought like that could look really gross, so I decided against it. So kind of, I guess, but no, it was just the one. I like asked them like, am I allowed to swear? And they were like, yeah, totally. And I was like, then we are good.
No problems. That would have been so cute unless it went like that would have been either adorable or absolutely chaotically bad.
Exactly.
You would have had to like control the spit level because with the HD cameras, it's a little bit of a risk.
She's like, can I have a paper towel and one more take? Like,
yeah. So I decided against it.
As well as the entrance line, I feel like that exit line was so it was so funny and cute. You must have had that pre-prepared, like if you were gonna go. You didn't think that up?
Yeah, I was right.
Okay.
I mean, who knows what's gonna happen? I knew I wanted to make a statement, so yeah, I
was like, she thought that up on the spot.
A pun, a pun gets me turning, gets me going. So
I chuckled a little bit, and then I was like, oh wait, it's funnier because lemons. It took me 3 seconds, and then I laughed for 10 minutes.
I got it.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I write the recaps and I get a screener, but I don't get the end. And so then I have to hop on after airing and like go on really quick and get the last like little bit to make sure I'm not missing anything. Like Alona with Ali X and like write about the little, and usually I like stretch it out a little bit to make like a little last paragraph. So there's no like awkward random like last sentence, but yours was so good that I was just like, she had the funniest exit line. It was this.
Yeah, it was good.
I was like, what more do we need? Like, that's adorable.
Thank you. Yeah, I was hoping I wouldn't have to use it, but
fair.
Be prepared.
Alas.
I was ready. With you being, did you do drag in Toronto before you went to school in New York? Just when you went to New York?
Honestly, I moved to New York on my 19th birthday, so I didn't even really I wasn't even old enough to like enjoy drag and enjoy nightlife in Toronto. And when I moved to New York, I started going out and I started meeting people, and then I would go see a drag show, and I just kind of fell in love with the art there and then started it there. I had never performed in Toronto until the show happened and until after the show actually. So
that's fun.
I was gonna say, have you gone out? Do you notice like the differences or the similarities between New York and Toronto drag?
I think the biggest difference is like the layout of shows, because in New York it's very like sit down cabaret. You get announced, you do a couple numbers, and then you're gone for the evening and the show's over. Whereas I feel Toronto, there's kind of always a performance going on. There's always someone, busting something inappropriate on the stage. You know what I mean? It's kind of like
That
always
good old marathon drag.
yeah, marathon drag. So I think that would probably be the biggest difference. But you know, honestly, like the similarity is that drag is just like queer people like expressing their like innermost like fantasy. So I think that's universal, and like every, you know, no matter where you go, like drag performers are all the same. They all just are queer people who are creatively inspired, who just need to like express this like deep fantasy of something. So
Mm-hmm.
I love that so much.
Mhm.
Did you, so have you seen drag in a lot of cities before? Like, did you get to go to, I know that you mentioned not being of age to get in the clubs, but had you like been to a lot of big shows, or were you just kind of like, I'm interested in this, I have no experience and I'm new, but fuck it up, like, let's do this, I'm gonna nail it, because you did.
very that, yeah. I mean, like obviously love Drag Race a lot. I love New York drag. I've seen so much New York drag,
Mhm.
and I was lucky enough to be friends with like really big, you know, New York drag names like Britta Filter and Jan and Jasmine Rice LaBeija, and you know, a long list of incredible performers. And I was always so inspired by them, and I always thought like, wow, these people are so talented, and kind of had this like, I wonder if I could do that, but I feel like I could do that, you know? So it just kind of, I entered a competition thinking like, oh, it'll be so easy for me, I'll just win and I won't even have to think about it. And then I entered and I was like, oh shit, this is really hard. Like really, like drag's really hard. It's harder than anything else. Like it's every art form like rolled into one, you know? And so I just, yeah, fell in love with it. I mean, I'm a Virgo, so I'm a control freak, so it's not unrealistic for me to want to, you know, full like control of everything.
Yes, but
That
look at the full package, like.
Exactly.
was that picture that they showed with the 7 people? Was that from that pageant, or was that from a later one?
That was from a much later one. Yeah.
Which
That
one was it?
It was
We'll
8
be
weeks.
there.
It was called Ultimate Drag Pageant, hosted by Marty Gould Cummings. And it was 8 weeks long. And I was, you know, so excited to do it. And then for the 8th week, I brought back 7 people as me from each week.
That's so
All wore my
cute.
outfits. And if there was a reveal, like they did the reveal from that week. And it was just
I
and
love
then
that
the
so
whole
much.
thing was like me, you know, talking about what had happened the previous weeks. And then it was like, oh my God, I don't have anything prepared for tonight. No, I'm just kidding. And then we all did a dance number, like dressed as me.
That's adorable. They showed that picture and I was like trying to like pause my thing and zoom in to see who I knew. I was like, who do we got here?
It was so much fun. They were all like my super close friends and all dancers. And,
Cute.
you know.
I wanted to know, for the lip syncs, what is going on in your little mind before and during for both of them?
Honestly, like not even when I'm lip syncing, but just when the lights go like this, boom, and they like switch.
Sweep.
That
So
moment,
stressful.
you have no idea. Like on TV, it's stressful, but when you're standing there and the lights go boom, and there's like this just overwhelming, like it's like impending doom. Like you know, someone is about, like it feels like a video game, and like someone's about to go forever.
I feel panicked just you describing it. I cannot even imagine.
It's literally that. Like I would get goosebumps and be like absolutely just in like full tears as soon as that happened, you know? So
Yeah.
it's like that moment of intensity times 10,000. And I think just, you know, I love lip syncing. I really do, obviously. I love dancing. I love, you know, that whole thing. But
Mhm.
it's not quite like, it's not that. It's so much, you know, it feels like if you don't kill it, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, then you're like ruining your career. So the first lip sync, I think I was a little bit more, you know, reserved in a way because I was so scared of like going home, you know what I mean?
Everything.
Like, yeah, like I couldn't even do everything I wanted to do because I was just so like, oh my God, what's going on? I can't believe this, you know, the whole thing. Whereas the last time I kind of thought like, you know, if I'm gonna go home, bitch, I'm gonna do a handstand and do a split first, like, you know.
Casual.
So,
No big deal.
yeah, but it's always very scary.
Yeah. I always think it's so funny to talk about the queens, to talk to the queens about their lip sync afterwards, because they're like, "Oh, I was frozen and I like couldn't make anything happen," and I'm like, "You did a spinning jump split to start, just as like an appetizer." And so I'm like, I think you did better than it felt in the moment.
Definitely.
I think you did okay.
There's so much going on, and you're like trying to watch the judges and see if like what they're feeling,
Oh.
They're watching both of us. They're not even,
No, and then suddenly it's gone, and you're like, "Is it over?" Like,
Exactly.
I used to do that in dance competitions. I would try to watch the judges and see if they were like smiling and stuff. And I was like 12, and I had to stop because I was like, I'm gonna dance myself off the edge of the stage, like trying to
Truly.
process that and this. Like, I cannot even imagine.
That's how you feel for sure.
I was like, y'all are like, dance competitions. Yes, we do this all the time. We dance, and I said,
like, can't relate, but cool. Like, love it.
You
Totally.
You go, kids.
You've done drag competitions.
Yes. Did you see me dancing a lot?
Well, you
it
moved.
Wow. Okay.
Artistic movements for sure.
This has gone downhill. How rude.
One thing we were talking about this right before you popped up, because we said that you're so nice and sweet and cute and all of these lovely things, and then by the end of one or two episodes, I would sit there and be like, God, they really like Lemon got a bitch edit. But when I went back and thought about why, I was kind of like,
I couldn't think why though.
Do anything. Why?
Like last time when Scarlett, was it Scarlett or someone who was like, "Oh yeah, just Lemon being a bitch again," and I was like, when?
She's been so nice. So were you a monster backstage or something? No, I'm just kidding. Because I literally went back and was like, I can't
imagine. I'm just like, as soon as the cameras are off, I'm like, I'm out. Like, this insanity. No, I think it's just like Lemon is very much based on like the mean girl. Like, I love, Regina George, Sharpay Evans, like, the girl from Cinderella's story with the angel wings, like, I love the mean girls. Like, I always had a soft spot for them, and I always felt like, at the end of the movie, like, they get left in the dust and everyone hates them. But I'm like, that's not, the deepest extent of who a person is, especially like, oftentimes those girls just need, a little more control. They need like, they need
and a hug.
Drama. And I can relate to that. And I always felt so bad for, at the end of the movie when everyone feels like, like she was a bitch earlier.
Yeah.
Like, she's probably grown. Like, she's learned too,
Yeah. Maybe she had a nap and she's feeling better today. I don't know.
Exactly. I think Lemon just kind of is that. Even if I'm not a bitch, you can still just like feel the,
I love it so much.
The aura.
Yeah, it's an aura for sure.
But maybe you do it so well. But I don't know. I just didn't find. We'd get to the end of an episode and someone would be like, "Oh, this bitchy remark," and I'd be like, I didn't think that was that bad. Am I also a raging bitch? It was like, what am I learning? Well,
very, like, my sense of humor is very, sharp. Like, I love to read. I love to, make fun of my friends, but I really do it out of love. I said do. I really do it out of love, though. I really love, like, being able to make light of certain situations. And I really love being able to laugh at myself and laugh at my friends. And yeah, I don't mean it like vindictively at all, but it's just like how my,
that's what we said. We were like, because I think you do it so well. I think you're so good at it. But it's the kind of thing where, like, when you've got that friend who says these shitty little things that are hilarious, and then you look over and I hope I'm pointing the right way on my screen.
You are.
And then you look over and they're like doing that little, like, you can see in their eye that they're just like being a little shit. They didn't, and like that. I love that. And we know so yeah, when we got to the end of these episodes and I was like, I like her. I don't think she was a bitch at all.
We are kinship.
Also, it's just like, there's so much stress and so much tension in the workroom already, because like, at the end of the day, like, all these bitches want $100,000. You know what I mean? So there's so much at stake, and there's so much, stress and so much tension. And you don't really have like your best Judy to call and vent about it. So I feel like you know, we're all like, all the dolls like have little stupid fights, but we are all really sisters, and that like sisters fight, you know, sisters like get pissed off,
yes.
sisters take things the wrong way sometimes, and I think that's just what it comes from, is just, you know, trying to take yourself very seriously in a competition, and then you have this little bitch lemon like making fun reads all night. Like I'd be a little annoyed too, you know.
This little bitch lemon.
Can't
She's
blame her.
self-reflexive.
New
For
t-shirt. Little bitch lemon.
sure.
I also love the visual of you in like a movie theater with your friends, and they get to the end, everyone's like, wow, that character is horrible, and you're like, but like she could have grown by the end.
You know, I'm like, oh, she looks sad, don't you think?
How come no one called and asked how she was feeling?
Regina gets hit by the bus and everyone's like, yeah, and you're just like, well guys, now let's take a second.
Hey, you know, she didn't deserve that. She just wanted the best for her friends. She
Oh
just
my
doesn't
I
want
hope-
candy canes. She just gets them. That's not her fault.
It's not our fault that she's popular.
Going home and writing spin-offs of like that girl particularly in every storyline.
Have you ever seen the movie The Click? I'm getting so off topic here.
No. Well, I
It's
fell
one of
asleep halfway.
It's one of my favorite movies ever, and me and my best friends call ourselves The Click, but it's a movie that follows like 4 mean girls like bullying another girl. And then like the girl will leave and it goes back to the mean girls, and they're like, but the mean girls grow at the end and they learn and blah blah blah.
Character
but, like,
development.
It's hilarious because they like are so rude to this girl, and then in most movies like it would follow the girl like crying in the bathroom stall, but instead it just like she'll leave and it's like still the 4 girls. Anyways, her like
You're like,
that.
yes, excellent.
That
Okay,
fits the
do you want to do our quick round, Courtney, and then we'll do some little photos?
Okay, we're gonna do a lightning round before we take a pretty digital portrait.
That Courtney
digital
definitely
portrait.
knows off by heart and is not looking directly at her phone in the frame right now.
No,
Oh,
you can't even.
fine.
I could have passed that off so well, but you can't even see where my eyes are. Damn it! I got LASIK. Anyways.
I can also
Okay.
see you looking at it in your glasses.
Oh, shit. This is a professional operation. Are you so
You
glad
fucked
we were
this
your
up.
first of the day to just really set you on the right foot? Yeah.
It does, yeah.
Oh, I'm having a joyful time.
Joyful time.
Okay, ready? I'm gonna say this or this, and you just shout the first your preference. They're so stupid.
Okay.
Poutine or maple syrup?
Poutine.
Beaver or moose?
Beaver.
Why? I was winking behind there, just so you know. Smarties or coffee crisp?
Coffee crisp.
Ketchup or let me try that again. Ketchup chips or all dressed?
Ketchup chips for sure.
Degrassi or Schitt's Creek?
I don't watch either. Schitt's Creek. The costumes are cuter.
I can get on that. I can get on board with that. Yeah.
Courtney, I
think
thought you were
it's
gonna.
raining on me.
I thought you were gonna. You have to stay outside. Also, play right on me. I thought you were gonna chirp up and say ketchup or dresses because you were confused.
Ketchup or dresses?
Ketchup or dresses?
Ketchup.
Still ketchup. Screw dresses. Oh my god. Okay.
Ketchup is the only food I openly hate.
I actually
On a serious
am a
topic.
person myself, which is funny because yellow, but I don't really love ketchup either.
Okay.
So
You know what?
gross.
I will not take this slander. I'm leaving.
She's outnumbered. Sorry.
Fine. Enjoy your dry
Okay, you can do the
potatoes, you
digital-
weirdos.
Ketchup on potatoes? I can't.
French
ugh.
fries.
Mm-mm. Oh yeah, French fries. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much for chit-chatting with us. I'm glad we got to actually like talk to you like a human and not just like one line online or running by you at a bar like this.
I know, right?
I did that
We've,
the
like-
other week. Yeah.
Yeah, we've like
We've been there for
briefly sort of met here and there
sure.
sometimes.
In passing like 6 times.